This woman was trying to,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
What, did I lose my turn?
no, you're good.
Okay, let her go first and then you're next.
Lila Roberts, Unit 15. My proposal about the motel is $65 a day, every day. Why does it have to change just because it's a weekend? And like this gentleman says, we want people to come here, stay in our motel, so they're gonna buy property. Our motels are no better than a Motel 6. I'm sorry, and you're wanting to get, Hilton Inn prices. It's like, so I disagree. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but that's how I.
Next.
Next.
This is number 3, right?
Well, I would like for y'all to put coffee makers and microwaves in those motel rooms. If you have folks coming to stay the week and they want to try to not have to eat in restaurants, and I'm a coffee drinker, and when I get up in the morning, I want my coffee. And I would tell you that I would not stay here if there weren't a coffee pot in the room. But one time I would stay, because I wouldn't know.
I think you can request the coffee pot, but the reason when I worked here, we didn't have refrigerators or microwaves was it was gonna change the insurance dramatically, for the association. Was that for stuff, it was, I guess, for fire?
I don't know, but Motel 6 figured it out.
Yeah.
And I do stay in Motel 6s because they're clean and I can depend on them to have a refrigerator, a microwave, and a coffee.
Okay, that's something we can definitely consider. That's 3, ladies and gentlemen. That's 3.
I just have a quick comment. The per diem rate, like if someone is traveling on government business for a hotel in this area is $96. So it should not be any higher than $96.
The top is $84.80 with tax. That's the.
I'm sorry.
84.
I know. I think what you have done is great, but I don't. It shouldn't have been higher than the per diem rate.
Thank you. Okay,
Are they gonna rehabilitate all the rooms?
eventually, yes, we can only do, as the money comes in, they're hoping to have most of them done by Fort Park Days.
Well, the reason I asked, I had a family reunion 2 years ago, and I rented a room for my daughter and her kids. And when I walked in the room, I turned around, I had to apologize to my daughter for how they smelled.
Yeah. Okay, part of that is it's old building, but the new paint and stuff should help that. Okay, we've had comments. Okay, I guess we need a motion to approve the new motel rates. Anybody?
I move to approve the new motel rates.
I second it.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the new motel rates provided by Ladies Research. Please vote by raising your right hand to approve this. Okay, okay. It was unanimous. Her rates will go into effect on March 1st.
What about pets? I mean, you don't allow pets?
There's a pet deposit, so it is more, I'm not sure, I can text Letty, but I don't know, but there is a pet deposit.
Yeah.
On top of that.
It'll go into effect on 3/1/2020 unless you've already reserved with the credit card at the old rates. So. Okay, next. Okay. Ice machine lease proposal. This was presented to us by Robert. So would you like to explain what that is?
Yes. When I got into the secretary email account, there was an email that was talking about pool admissions and an ice machine. And so I found out that we don't have an ice, or we have one ice machine, I think, but we needed another one. My mother owns a Scotsman brand ice machine, like the ones that used to be at the hotel 6-7 years ago. And it came from the IBC Plaza building downtown whenever AT&T remodeled. So it ended up coming to our house because my stepdad was the chief building engineer and they wanted him to get rid of like 11 ice machines, so he donated them to churches and then we got one. It produced way more ice than we could handle, so we disconnected it because we were using too much water and too much electricity and letting the ice melt and go down the drain. She would like to lease it for $1 a year on 1-year lease terms, with the following stipulations: that it be placed in the duck inn or another suitable location as determined by the director of maintenance, that the supply water line of the ice machine must have an adequate filter to reduce the buildup of lime in the machine, that the ice machine will be serviced and cleaned by a trained technician prior to the initial use. It's been in storage for 3 years. That the ice machine will be serviced and cleaned by a trained technician every 6 months to ensure that the machine is free of mold in the production of ice, just like a restaurant. That the ice machine will be utilized by Fort Clark Springs Association and all clubs which support Fort Clark Springs members to aid in fundraising by the supply of low-cost ice. That Fort Clark Springs Association may charge a nominal fee established by the board to recoup the charges of water and electricity and maintenance for the use of the machine. That a payment of $1 per year is required rental on the ice machine, and that either party may cancel the agreement after the first 60 days with 30 days written notice. And I will tell you the reason she wants to lease it is because she made a donation of a lot of Halloween stuff that did not get used for the membership's enjoyment. So rather than just do an outright donation, she would like to lease it so that if she is not satisfied that the membership is being served by it, she can say, I'm taking it back and I'm gonna put it on my lot and I can give away items if I want to. Okay, so that's why it's written like this.
This is an action item because we have to discuss this with our maintenance supervisor.
A discussion item.
Yeah, it's just a discussion item. We're not voting on it today, but we want to let you know that this has come up and that there's someone that wants to lease an ice machine to us for $1. But these are all maintenance, most of these are all maintenance tasks, and so before we can make this an item that we can vote on, this has to be presented to our maintenance supervisor.
Philip did tell me that the duck inn is not an appropriate place for it.
Okay, so there's
Yes,
one question.
because he would have to send he or Matt down whenever a group, art club, gun club, whoever wants ice, he would have to send someone down to unlock it and then relock the facility.
Dustin, any comments?
No.
Brianna?
No.
Okay. My only comment is it's a nice offer and we'll discuss it and see what's going on. Okay, 3 for 3. Any members have any comments or insights? Right there in the middle. Can't see you, I just see your hand.
I'm short.
Name
Ice
and
machine,
21.
Katie Burkhart. I don't know what
21.
unit, I'm right down here on.
21.
21? Okay, thanks, Brianna. The ice machine for the motel. Again, this goes back to your fees and rates for the motel. Motel 6 has ice machine. And the proximity of where I am, 3 or 4 times I have had guests from the motel knock on my door. Do you have any ice? They've been out doing something. They've been out hiking. They've been out bicycling. They come back, no ice. So, I agree with an ice machine for the motel.
Thank you.
anyone else?
Solid's too much, how about 50 cents?
Hi, good morning again. I'm sorry to bring it up again, but Wally and I have been coming down here for years, and the problem that we saw with the ice machines that used to be in front of each of the motels, I'm sorry again, I gotta use that magic word, they were vandalized, and they were broken into. It was pretty horrible. And then there used to be an ice machine over by maintenance where you clean your deer, and that might be a possibility. You know, it'd be gated, you have them there and look at it. I'm not sure if their ice machine works. It's probably old and dead, but anyhow, that's just my observation. There's a lot of vandalism.
We have one more. Anybody else on the ice machine? Okay, all right. Okay, we'll talk to Philip about it, and I will verify that while I was on board before, we had several instances of ice machine vandalism, serious ones, so gotta consider that. Okay, the next thing we have, it's the last discussion item, and it's on just, we'll get some ideas on what the membership feels like and the board feels like on the future of Dickman Hall. Dickman Hall, a lot of people spend a lot of hours, a lot of donated money, both from individual members, non-members, and the fort, to get Dickman Hall back into something we can use. The bar at Dickman Hall, they were having special events and we lost our bartender. So they did advertise in the that little brain fart, Bugle, thank you. For a bartender, we haven't had any response. So, and it's not a highly paid job, obviously, you've got, it's tips, but if we want to open it, we have to get a bartender. Now, we might be able to open it for just beer and wine, but we still have to have someone there to tend the bar. So, but we've spent an awful lot of time, effort, and money on getting that place up to snuff. And my personal feeling is I would hate to lose it. The members seem to like it. So I just want to make sure that there's enough interest out there that we can keep this going at some point in the future. So, Dustin?
Well, we're still, as you can imagine, trying to dig into financial things. I know Dickman Hall costs quite a bit of money to operate. The electric for it is very, very expensive. It's a great big, huge building. The AC system is not zoned in it, so if it's on, you're heating all of it or cooling all of it. So I like it. I would like to see a lot more discussion on how we can make it more cost effective to run it, because a bar, in reality, you know, it's not packed all the time. So there's a whole lot of overhead that's not bringing in a lot of money. But I do believe that it is a benefit to the fort. You know, the members like it, a lot of the motel guests like it. It's an enjoyable place to spend an evening, so I would like to discuss ways to get it operating again.
Rihanna?
I did talk to the girls in accounting about the electricity. Evidently there's 2 meters, and the one upstairs, it sounds like it's only, all it's doing is pulling the Wi-Fi. So if maybe there's a way we can connect that to the bottom meter, maybe we can save some money on electricity by instead of paying for 2 meters. And I definitely would like to see it back. And I think that on the bartender, I think that the bartender might be able to. We might want to research why there was partying on that, because I think we could get another bartender or the same bartender.
Daniel.
So I think we need to kind of figure out like what exactly happened with that.
That's a
situation.
personnel issue we'll have to find out because we weren't on the board at the time, so we don't know what the.
Right. So we'll just discuss that. But I think that we could get a bartender back.
Yeah, we have we actually have one of the ladies that works the golf course has experience as a bartender. So, but she's due in. She's gonna have a baby next month, so not till after. Robert?
Bring a baby to the bar.
Beautiful old buildings don't stay beautiful when they're unoccupied.
Right.
And so I really think that we need to do something with it. Full disclosure, I don't drink alcohol. I used to, but I don't anymore. And I was shocked whenever I saw in the financials that only $77 of non-alcoholic drinks were served during the month of December. I kind of would like to see some more non-alcoholic choices in there if it does reopen, and that there be cards and dominoes available. So they are, okay, so that you have more of a reason to go than just to drink alcohol and visit, but do something social while you're there, so.
And there's a brand new karaoke machine too.
Right, yeah.
Okay, well, you've heard our board comments on this. I agree with them. I think it's too beautiful a building and too much work into it not to utilize it. I will let you know that the high school prom committee cleaned the whole upstairs up for us for it, and in kind and trade, we let them use it for their dance. So it's just a gorgeous building. So anyway, let's open it 3 for 3. Pick somebody who hasn't said anything yet. Sure.
Sharon Greger, Unit 27. I think Daniel's waiting to go back to work. The other board was difficult to work for. They gave him a lot of trouble. Daniel's an inventive bartender. He comes up with great drink recipes. He has a lot of virgin drink recipes as well. So I would go to Daniel first. He was personable, friendly, everybody liked him. So I think he'd be the logical choice to approach first before we ask anybody else. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, please.
We're gonna get you over your fear.
It's not gonna happen. Y'all need a jukebox in there. There's, at Barbara's, there was one that they did through
Oh, yeah.
your phone. You could get on your phone and pay and play your music. So you all could go on your phone and pick out what songs you wanted and play it. There doesn't need to be a big jukebox. You don't need to have quarters. They made a lot of money off of that, just the jukebox alone. And a pool table.
We have pool tables at the adult center.
No, at the bar. You need them at the bar. Drinks and a pool table go hand in hand. So those, and you can get the ones that you pay for. That's money makers, right there, 2 money makers right there that would be excellent over there.
Thank you. Really good ideas. Okay, now one more. Anybody? Well, I'm trying to, anybody else that hasn't spoken that want to join in? All right. Okay, close. Our stand-up comedian.
I'm Sam Lark, and I'm of Irish descent. I'm totally in favor of anything we can do to get the bar back in operation.
Yeah.
We used to have a dartboard and darts down there.
It was fun.
Maybe the plastic tip ones.
Anyway, we need
We're supposed to know, he'll have a.
possibly there's a way just to air condition the bar area without air conditioning
mini
the
split.
whole rest of the bottom floor.
Yeah.
I hate to say, but you know, window units, I don't know, somehow.
They had a window unit in their report.
Please.
If somehow we could, you know, eliminate some of the expense by just air conditioning the bar area. That would solve part of that money problem.
All good ideas. Okay, announcements. The Fort Clark Days, which we already announced, was 13, 14, 15. Not Fort Clark Days, the Las Moras Golf Tournament. Fort Clark Days coming up really soon. First Saturday in March. Lots of interesting things. Anybody else from the board have any? Okay, don't forget Saturday night, the 22nd. Jack Clarkston Band will be here out at Creekside at the golf course. They will be serving both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, beer and wine only. And there will be food vendors out there from 6 until 9 o'clock. It's free to members, $5 I think for non-members. So, you know, have a time, come visit. come see our beautiful Creekside patio. Does anybody else on the board have any announcements? Okay, I'm gonna do this and see if this works. If it does, we'll do it again. If not, is there anybody in the audience that has an announcement to a club event or an announcement? Not a comment on anything, just an announcement to an event coming up in the future. Mary Frances.
The Friends of the Library is having an event at Elizabeth Hodges' house this Thursday. There'll be music, there'll be wine, there'll be silent auction, an active auction, food. I think finger food, I don't think you can expect, a dinner. But it'll be fun, and it'll be beautiful, and you'll enjoy it. And Elizabeth Hodges lives over there on Fort Clark Road where all those big things are in the yard. And there's a story behind those big things, so you can ask that story too.
What time?
5 to 7, I believe, yes? 5 to 7, Thursday afternoon.
Anybody else with an announcement? Garland.
The art club was gonna use Shafter Hall, but during Fort Clark days, we've got a special sign out that says, Art Studio Open. And we're gonna be opening up the art studio so the guests can come in and go through, and everything up there will be for sale. And later on, I'd like to talk to you about maybe having a Fort Clark gallery out of Shafter Hall, because I can make money. I know how much I gotta pay up front to put my pictures in a gallery, and you got a lot of wall space over there to make, and the upkeep would be minimal because you just have people coming in, looking at pictures, but they would sell. It had to be advertised during the Fort Clark days and during the Fort thing. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, thank you.
But to the membership, I would like to say, it's been a pleasure sitting here at this board meeting and having a meeting for the membership by a membership board.
Thank you.
I have another event I forgot about.
Okay, just anybody else with an event? I can only see the hand back there.
Again, to reiterate, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
I've never been in a board meeting where there's been laughter, been applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Sam. Gotta be an event, Sam.
Laughlin Air Force Base Air Show, the Thunderbirds are gonna be there.
When?
It's March the 14th, Saturday, March the 14th.
Open gate.
Showtime.
Thank you. Mary Frances.
Oh, well, I forgot about my other event.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be courteous to your fellow members. Sam.
I'm sorry, teacher.
Mary, quickly, please.
The Episcopal Church, St. Andrew's Episcopal Church is having a pancake supper on Shrove Tuesday. If you want to know what Shrove Tuesday is, ask me later.
Okay. And don't forget the pancake breakfast at the RV park on Saturday mornings.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, now
Another event? Is it an event?
It's an event.
Okay, one more and then we're done.
Okay, Historical Society meeting this Saturday at 9:30, and they're doing the history of the Seminole Indians from like 1820 up to their disbandment.
Thank you.
And I'm making chili.
Okay, all right, we are going to adjourn to executive session. Ladies and gentlemen, please, until we finish. Executive session may be a little bit longer today than it's been in the past because we have 6 architectural matters to attend to and a few other matters that deal with legal matters and one member matter. So we will probably be in there for a while. You're certainly welcome to stay. I just don't know how long we'll be in there.
You're gonna stick to Wednesday meetings?
Well, for now we are. If you have suggestions for another day that would be better, let us know. You can let any of us know. And
Saturday.
we've got too many irons in the fire right now to deal with that. I apologize for that, but we're still trying to find out where we are what we have to do to keep us going. So, we will consider, there's been some talk, but it'll probably be a couple meetings before we get there. So, thank you, we're adjourned at 11:45.
Oh, thank you. So there's a little red button on this side.